Moxley versus Omega will be all out war. Wrestling veterans come to the defense of Undertaker and Goldberg. And John Cena talks about being stiff in the ring. And I'm talking underneath his jaws. Another week in professional wrestling. I'm Iain Chambers, and this is your Wrestlezone Round Up. Alright, from the moment we saw Jon Moxley show up at Double or Nothing, grab Omega, sink his dome into that stack of chips, and toss him into oblivion, we knew that it wouldn't be long till we get to see
Moxley and Omega! Moxley and Omega!
one-on-one in an AEW ring. Now, since dropping Jericho and Omega in Vegas, Moxley has gone on to make some serious noise. He's the new NJPW United States Champion, and this week he showed up at Dominion with a message for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Tonight, I made my intentions clear. Ball's in New Japan's court now. See the G1? Come, my friend. All right, Minisaki, come.
So it looks like we're going to see the champ at G1. We also know we're going to see him make his AEW in-ring debut against Joey Janela at Fyter Fest later this month. And it was officially announced this week that in August we will see
Moxley and Omega! Moxley and Omega!
tie up at All Elite Wrestling's All Out. Bring it on. Now, who do you think is going home with the W in that match? Let me know in the comments below. Now, on last week's edition of the WrestleZone Roundup, one of the biggest talking points was, of course, Undertaker and Goldberg. It's safe to say the ending of their match in Saudi Arabia did not go to plan. After Goldberg banged his noggin and a disappointing sequence of events led to Taker getting the win. It's 2019, so of course loads of wrestling fans took to Twitter to give their opinion on the ending of that match. But since then, several wrestling legends have come forward to defend the two wrestling icons. Chris Jericho tweeted, "Both Undertaker and Goldberg are once-in-a-lifetime top-level performers and money draws. And even though they might not be at their peak and had an outing that wasn't perfect, they are still better than most." I think Mick Jagger and Ozzy Osbourne would agree. Here's what Bully Ray had to say on Sirius XM's Busted Open Radio. "At least give these guys credit for going out there and working their balls off, trying their hardest and doing whatever they can to have a good match." And here's a short clip of what WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry had to say on the exact same station.
Goldberg deserves the respect that he's earned. The guy went in and busted his face open. He finished that match. How about saying, "Thank you for not tapping out"?
Head to Busted Open Radio's YouTube channel to hear more of those interviews. And let me know what you think in the comments below when it comes to whether or not your opinion has changed a little bit on that match in Saudi Arabia. Finally, let's talk John Cena. It's a rare occasion that we see him in his denim jorts, grappling in a squared circle these days, as he transitions into more of a mainstream movie and TV star. However, don't expect him to hang up his boots for good anytime soon. In an interview on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Cena says he might be slowing things down in the ring, but he doesn't think he'll ever use the word retire when it comes to his WWE career. But what stood out to me most in this interview was when John Cena admitted getting an accidental boner in a match before. He said, "It's just something the body does. You just ignore it. You just ignore it. It's just what the body does." He can't be blamed for that. Ain't that the truth? Talk about working a stiff match. Now, just before I wrap up this episode of your WrestleZone Roundup, just a quick cheap plug for my podcast, I Made My Girlfriend Watch Wrestling. Now, if you've got a partner like me that doesn't understand why you love wrestling so much, I think you will really relate to this new podcast. Every single week, I sit with my girlfriend Bobby and I show her classic wrestling matches and moments, hoping that she will fall in love with wrestling as much as I do. Now, on the latest episode, I took her back to SummerSlam 2005 and showed her Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio for the custody of Rey's son, Dominic. Here's a trailer.
That is horrible.
Drama.
But in real life, Eddie is the biological dad.
No.
Concern.
I'm just concerned about how upset the child looks. And the social worker, she's not doing a great job, is she?
Disgust, suspense, and violence.
There's an 8-year-old child in the ring about to get punched.
Download the latest episode of
Have I Made My Girlfriend Watch Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts. If you fancy checking it out, just search I Made My Girlfriend Watch Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with another episode of your Wrestlezone Roundup next week. See you then.